Welcome back to Mike Text It Out, and today we're going to talk about the R word, refurbished. Because a couple weeks ago, I was like, my headphone game is slipping a little bit. I had my Beats not solos. I had solos originally, but I upgraded to the Beat Studio 2s a couple years ago, and now they're on their last leg. They're looking kind of beat up. So I was like, I need some new headphones. Now we know for a fact in that price range, the two best are the Bose QC35-2s and the Sony WH-1000XM3s, which I did not remember. I had to look over at the screen because the name is not appetizing at all. At least QC stands for quiet comfort. I don't know what all the fucking letters in the Sony one stand for. Anyway, I was trying to decide between the two, and the decision was really based on the price. So I was like, they're both the same price. Personally, I like the fact that the Bose ones has physical buttons, even though I know technically the Sony ones have better noise canceling, and then it has better audio quality as well. But I ended up going with the Sony. So I have them right here. The Sony WH-1000XM3s, and they are fucking awesome. But, like I said, we're going to talk about the R word. So I bought these refurbished, and I was scared as hell because I bought them on eBay from a seller, Secondipity. Because I saw them on one of the deal sites. Honestly, it was Kindle deals. I go there like every day. And I had them listed, and it was a day after I was trying to decide between the two. So both retail are $350, the same price for the Bose and for the Sonys. I got these for $230 refurbished. And I've been a frequent buyer of open box and refurbished products and used products my whole life. I grew up going to yard sales and flea markets. So to me, it's nothing new, but like when you drop this much money on some headphones, you kind of get scared when they're on the way. Even though that has the eBay buyer protection. So I was protected. I was protected by the eBay condom. But it's still risky. It's still risky as hell. But I'm happy to say that these came in great shape. After the shipping, well, it wasn't really shipping. The shipping was free. After taxes, it was about $240 something or other. But that's still over $100 savings. And I was going to do an unboxing, but there was really nothing to see. So it came in the box, like in this little, so it was like saran wrapped inside the case, like on a piece of cardboard. That was pretty much it. But I mean, I didn't feel like, and that's not like a knock or anything, it's just like it didn't have the original box, because I felt like it was packaged well enough where it made it fine in shipping. Like clearly I got them and they weren't damaged, so they were fine. But this was a great deal. Like I wanted the Bose because of the buttons. The touch buttons up here aren't bad. So let's go ahead and get into like my impressions. First of all, this is the first time I've had real noise canceling. Now, I don't mean to throw no shots at the Beats, people who love those headphones. Because I was happy with my Beats. This is not like a knock on them. I just wanted to get something that was better. And the reason I even got the Studios over the Bose at that time that I got them is because I bought them open box and they were on sale, so they were like $160 in comparison to $350. So I feel like for the price, I got a good deal and I made the right decision at that time. However, during this period, I was like, well, I really want these specific headphones, one of these two. And the noise canceling on the Studio 2s it's pretty bad. First of all, it has a hissing sound, and I just thought that's how noise canceling was. I was like, oh man, it's just kind of to drown out the noise. But these, no. When you put these on, the noise canceling kicks in and everything just gets quieter. There's no hiss or anything. It's really comfortable. Like it's really like you could just wear these to just drown out everything. Like, I mean, I know like everybody's like, well, duh, they're noise canceling, but like I really didn't get it. Like these, I would consider to be my first real noise canceling headphones. But it's amazing, and it's so like peaceful and calming. Like even if I'm just putting them on just to have the noise canceling on, or I'm listening to music, it's so calming. Now, the touch controls on the right ear cup are okay, like they work. I would still prefer buttons personally, But I mean, they're fine. Like they're not. Like if that was like your deciding factor on whether to buy these headphones or not, they're all right. I did hear that there's an issue where they don't work if it's really cold outside. Well, it's not like it doesn't work, but it registers like phantom touches, so the track might skip forward or pause or something like that. I don't really plan on wearing these outside of the house. I have AirPods and I have some other headphones that I use for outside of the house. These are really for my, like, I'm in my office like I am now and I want to listen to some music in the house. I don't really plan on traveling with these, so for me that's not going to be an issue. Comfort wise, amazing. And I thought that the Beats were pretty comfortable. They weren't like outside, like they definitely weren't like the Bose quite comfortable, but I feel like from what I tried, which is not really fair for me to make that comparison between these and the Bose, because I really only tried the Bose in the store, and I've had these for a couple weeks, so I've gotten used to them. But they're so comfortable when you put them on. Like these are literally like two pillows, just it's so soft and it just feels so good. And then the top headband as well. Like Sony did an outstanding job. I love the fact that it uses USB-C, because I'm really like one of those people that just like to have the same charger, so I don't have to find a specific charger for anything. And since the iPad Pro has come into my life and the MacBook Pro, like I have plenty of USB-C laying around. I did have to charge these when I first got them. That was part of the documentation that came with it. It also came with a 90-day warranty through the seller. It wasn't through Sony. The one thing that people get stuck on too is the sound quality. From my opinion, sound quality is an opinion. So everyone's like, oh, Beats sound like trash, and I disagree. At least with the studios, and I had a good experience with the solos too. These are way more balanced. Like they work better for a lot of different types of genres, whereas my Studio 2s were not as clear when it came to things like indie rock and more folk type music, and music that's a little bit more mellow, I would say, that's not as bass heavy. It's really just not as good of a performer as these or the Bose. Not saying that it's bad, because it's certainly not bad. It's just not as good as these. Like these are all around more balanced, but I do feel like I enjoy listening to like hip hop more on the Beats, because, and the weird reason is not because of the bass, because these actually have great bass that is more clear than the Beats. I think it's just because, at least Bluetooth wise, the Beats were louder, and that's just a slight knock, but that's going to be on personal preference. Not everybody wants to damage their ears like I did. But also the Beats had this issue where the drivers inside the headphones would, like, if it was a bass heavy track, it would just keep hitting the inside of your ear. And it would kind of tickle, so that got on my nerves. I don't like being tickled when I don't want to be tickled. Call me if you want to tickle me. But yeah, I feel like this was definitely worth the risk. It was really minimal risk, because like the worst case scenario, if they didn't work, I would have just had to send them back and either get a refund or an exchange, depending on what the seller wanted to do. But yeah, it was totally worth it. So my advice is, when it comes to, you know, buying refurbished, especially something expensive, just do your research on where you're buying it from and look at reviews, because that's what I did. I looked at reviews for the seller, and then they also have their own website, so I looked at stuff about their website, and I saw some bad stuff, but mostly it was positive, so I was like, I'm going to take the risk here. So that's going to conclude my rant about the headphones. So it's a rant, but in a good way. I really am enjoying them. I'm really glad that I made the decision. I would link the headphones in the description, but unfortunately, a few days after I bought these, they went up to $280, which to me is like too close to the new price to justify the purchase. And plus you can find other refurbished ones for around that price, but I got them for a steal at that time, so I'm very happy, and hopefully you're happy watching this video. If you are, remember to like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment below if you like. I'm not forcing you to do it. And as always, remember to do at least 2 things at the same time. Peace.